Have you any idea how big the IMF news that dropped today about CBDCs could be potentially for XRP or Stellar XLM? In this video, I'm going to look at the exact document provided by the International Monetary Fund, where both XRP and XLM are mentioned, and look into it further, exactly what they're talking about. So hit the like button, let's dive into today's video. So in my free Telegram, which is linked down below in the description, one of the guys just been sharing a few incredible documents that he has found researching this IMF stuff. Now, as we look into this, guys, the IMF, or the International Monetary Fund, is working on global central bank digital currency platform. So you're like, what is a CBDC, or a central bank digital currency? Well, in each different country, you have a central bank. For example, in the UK, you have the Bank of England, and then you have the GBP, which is the Great British Pound. Now, the Great British Pound is a hard currency, and although we may pay on transactions through a card system, we also can use cash payments. Now, a central bank digital currency would be a digital currency linked to the price of the GBP. Now, that would benefit the government in that it enables the government to be able to completely regulate the system. There's no cash transactions. They know exactly who's paying who whenever. That could be a good thing, but if you're into crypto, you probably think that's a bit of a bad thing. Well, you know, it's here, guys. It's probably likely to happen. You just got to deal with that as it comes. However, but there is one major benefit to this particular concept, and that is the idea of a cross-border payment. Now, you might not understand what a cross-border payment is, but many people will. If you, like me, live overseas, you'll understand how difficult it is to transfer money from one country to another, whether that be online or in cash or whatever. And this can be extremely expensive. If you're using PayPal, it might be like 15%. If you're using TransferWise, like 5 to 10%. So this can be a big problem, and particularly if you're talking about larger institutional level money. So I'm just going to use this Clarity Summary extension, guys, which you can get for free from Chrome extensions. Summary IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva announced that the IMF is developing a platform for central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, to facilitate cross-border transactions. And this is highlighting the global interest in CBDCs and the potential role in shaping the future of global currencies. Now, it's pretty obvious if you understand the Forex market, or the foreign exchange market, that every single day, around $6 trillion worth of currency is traded. We're talking US dollars, JPY, GBP, Australian dollars, euros, whatever, guys. $6 trillion. At the height of the crypto bull market, a couple of years ago, the whole crypto market was worth $3 trillion. And you can understand now that why XRP and XLM are potentially well positioned to become the currencies, because that enormous amount of money is potentially going to be transferred in CBDCs in the future. But you need a platform in the middle that can actually make this transaction happen at the speed of which is required. And this is where we can see XRP and XLM get mentioned. Now, this is FinTech Notes, and this is a trust bridges and money flows digital marketplace improvement cross-border payment solution that is dated this year. And this is in fact from a couple of months ago, but it's been released more recently, and it talks about all of the ways in which the cross-border payment solutions could potentially happen. And this is an extremely lengthy and complex document, but guys, I've already looked through it for you, and we're just going to come down to page 23, and here we can see something extremely interesting for us if we are holding XLM, Stellar Lumens, or XRP, or in fact both of them. And here we can see the assessment of the potential different options. 3 models arise: a private settlement asset and marketplace such as Ripple's XRP, an open source marketplace such as Stellar's Foundation, or more recently DeFi networks and a marketplace and settlement asset based on unbacked crypto assets such as Strike, which leverages Bitcoin and Lightning Network. Now, obviously, this is something extremely interesting, because this could perhaps put some leverage and some extra pressure on the SEC right now, looking into what is about to happen with their settlement case. It's no mystery as to why all of this news starts to come out at the same sort of time. We've just had the news about BlackRock and the potential for a Bitcoin ETF. All of this news, if you think back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had all of this news causing an absolute meltdown in the crypto market, and yet lo and behold, now we're starting to see all of this positive news flooding out about crypto. You must understand, or you must start to understand at least, what really goes on behind the scenes in the crypto market, and why your emotions can't be too influenced by the news, because you must stay calm and ready to pull the trigger at a moment's notice. This is massive news. And although there's nothing guaranteed within this information, it's something that has me very excited given what the IMF are trying to achieve right now, and bearing in mind that pretty much most countries, I'm believing, will be moving towards CBDCs. China has already done it. We're starting to see European countries start to push in for the euro. I'm pretty sure the GBP will be launching a GBP or digital GBP fairly soon. Various other countries as well looking at those digital assets. And if we jump across to the charts, there's various interesting things going on. The SPX, which is the stock market or the US stock market, you can see is looking extremely bullish and continues to grow towards the upside. In the past, Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market followed the SPX, and yet we see Bitcoin stalling. But if we zoom out, we can see that we are very much in an uptrend. And right now, if you were to zoom in further, you would see that exactly what we're looking at is very exciting for the Bitcoin price. Obviously, we can see that this lower trend line has held very nicely for Bitcoin. And last time we found support in this area, we rallied around 53%. I do believe that Bitcoin is about to break. This downtrend could happen literally in the next few hours, where I believe that we will then be pushing at least 16%, and actually realistically I think higher, given the height of this pattern here, where I think we will be moving towards around the 32,600 mark. What that means for XRP and XLM, well, let's take a look. Well, this is the XRP price, and you can see that we were trundling along, pushing up. We are still looking quite bullish. You are in still an ascending triangle. We did get rejected the other day after that break towards the upside and then a push back down. But you can see that we have then found, again, stiff support and are starting to build back up. Now, whether or not we see a further slide down to retest lower levels before XRP does this, I do believe at some point XRP is going to break up out of this pattern and it's going to start it onto something way more significant, which is this much bigger pattern, where we can see XRP potentially moving in towards a breakout of this pattern. And you can only imagine just how big that's going to go from the potential price target of this. Once we eventually get there where we are lower down, that is literally going to be like a 6x. But all throughout this time, since the first bull market, we've actually been a descending wedge, right? Every other coin pretty much that hasn't been getting ripped apart by the SEC has been moving in like a pretty aggressive trajectory like this. So 6x is just a short-term estimation of where I think XRP is going to go. I think beyond sort of $10 to $15 is my sort of total towards next year, if all of this stuff goes ahead and the SEC case goes in their favor. And I think that is just potentially days away right now. And if we look into XLM, well, we are just in time for some good potential news here, because we are still sat down in this potential buy zone area here. For a potential move towards the upside, you do have a very high chance of bouncing from areas that we previously have bounced. This first time we bounced approximately 35% in just a few weeks. Second time we got down to this area, we bounced 47%. I do believe that a second bounce from here would create this double bottom pattern for XLM. And then from there, we are looking at a move like this. The height of this particular pattern would give us our chart breakout target, which from current levels would be a whopping 89%. That's pretty exciting, given that we are at the bottom of this pattern. Most people tend to wait until we get up towards here to be buying. That's why I don't. That's why I'm buying in the buy zones. If you want to know exactly what buy zones I'm buying in right now and how I'm finding them, then make sure you get my Inner Circle Discord, which is linked down below in the description. I've also recently just introduced signals, where I'll be giving away one trading signal every day for trades I'm taking over on KuCoin. You can follow those along in order to make big gains. Yesterday I made 42% on IXS, and we are continuing to see some great opportunities, and I will be releasing another setup later on today. So make sure you get in that Discord, guys. Link down below. Just $9.99 per month with a 5-day free trial. If you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.